Well, we've all voted this year and have been reminded that we've had 20 years of wonderful and sometimes very exciting democracy. And I'm joined in studio now by Zapiro, who's going to talk us through his brand new book, DemoCrazy, and that's kind of what we've been going through for the last 20 years, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. As you see, the subtitle there is SA's 20-year trip, which,
Right.
so the idea of the journey, a 20-year journey, but the idea of a trip being, it's a little more than just the ordinary journey. It is kind of crazy. And we've got I used a little subtitle there, from Amandla to Nkandla and everything in between. It's a huge project to put a book like this together. It's not like doing my annuals, and you can see it's a lot thicker than the annuals that people are used to, and it's a different format. And I did a sport book like this last year called Vuvuzela Nation. So these are the kind of compendiums of the whole era. That was sort of 2 decades of sport, and this is 2 decades of the whole bang shoot in this country.
Now, talk us through the book. It starts in 1994.
Yeah, very much so. It starts, in fact, my working as a daily editorial cartoonist began in that year. I was already a cartoonist, a sort of activist cartoonist for 10 years before that, from throughout the period of the United Democratic Front, 1983 onwards, and all my kind of run-ins with the old apartheid era and what came during that period. But I didn't have regular work as an editorial cartoonist. There was a 1.5 year period in which I worked for South, which is an anti-apartheid paper, but only doing 2 a week. So 94 is the first year in which I began doing six cartoons a week, which I did for a decade. Then I dropped the number slightly. Over the last decade I've been doing 5 and 4. But that means I've got well over 4,500 cartoons to choose from, and this is about a tenth of my output. So I've worked with Mike Wills. The text is by Mike Wills, and we've tried to tell a real story. You can actually pick it up and read your way through this incredible 20-year period.